All right, so today we're diving into something a little different.
Different how?
Well, we're looking at a party game.
Okay, lots of those out there.
This one's called Captain Obvious.
Captain Obvious.
Yeah, Captain Obvious.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It was created by Urtis Sulinskas, and it's published by Lucky Duck Games.
All right.
And our listeners sent in some information about this.
Okay, yeah.
And we thought it would be interesting to kind of dig into it.
Yeah, what's the appeal?
Well, that's what we're going to figure out.
Okay.
How can a game with, kind of a silly name like that actually give us some insights into how we think and communicate?
I like it. The obvious often hides deeper meaning.
Exactly.
So how do you play Captain Obvious?
So it's for 3 to 10 players, and it takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play.
Okay, that's a good size group and a good length for party game.
Right, and basically everybody writes a really obvious sentence using a word that's been chosen.
All right.
Then one person takes out like a word that isn't super important, and then everybody else has to guess what that missing word is.
Sounds pretty straightforward.
It does, but you get points for guessing right, and you also get points for writing sentences that are clear enough for people to guess.
So you're rewarded for being obvious in a way that's actually understandable.
Exactly.
That's kind of a neat twist.
Yeah, and you start playing and you realize
Right.
writing a sentence that's obvious, but still makes sense with a word missing, it's harder than it sounds.
I can see that you really have to think about what you're saying.
Yeah, you have to be choosy about the words.
Right, and how they all fit together.
And how they all work together, yeah.
So it's not just about stating the obvious, it's about being clear.
Yes.
And that's something we can all benefit from.
And that's what's so interesting for our listeners.
How so?
This seemingly simple thing, writing an obvious sentence.
Yeah.
It's really great practice for just communicating better.
I see what you mean, because you have to be deliberate. You can't just ramble.
Exactly. You're thinking about each word and how it contributes to the meaning of the whole sentence.
That's a really valuable skill, whether you're writing an email or giving a presentation.
Right. You're making the obvious undeniably clear, even with a piece missing.
It forces you to think about structure and clarity.
And then when you're guessing the word,
Yeah.
it's like a puzzle.
Okay.
You've got the words that are left, and those are your clues.
You have to use context to figure out what's missing.
Right. You have to think, okay, what's the relationship between these words?
Right. And what would make sense here.
And what fits?
And this kind of thinking isn't just useful in a game.
Exactly.
We do this all the time in real life.
When we're trying to understand something or solve a problem.
Exactly. Think about reading an email. Are you really understanding what the sender means?
Or you're at work and you don't have all the information, but you have to figure something out.
Right. This game gives you practice with that kind of thinking.
And it's fun and low pressure.
No life or death decisions hanging on your ability to guess a word.
Exactly, and it's social.
Social. But you said it was competitive.
It is, but you're discussing your guesses with the other players.
Oh, I see. You're explaining why you think a certain word fits.
And you're hearing what they think.
So even though you're trying to win, you're still working together in a way.
Yeah, you're communicating and trying to understand each other's reasoning.
That's a great point. I think sometimes we forget how important it is to be able to articulate our thoughts.
Right, and to listen to other people's perspectives.
Exactly, even if it's just about a silly missing word.
So what seems like a simple party game is actually helping you with some pretty important skills.
Yeah, you're learning to be more aware of how you use language.
You're getting better at analyzing information and making decisions.
And you're practicing your communication skills.
And all while having fun.
It's like a mental workout disguised as a game.
So next time you're playing Captain Obvious, remember, it's more than just a laugh.
Yeah, think about those skills you're working on.
You're getting better at communicating and thinking critically.
And don't underestimate the power of the obvious.
When it's done well.
It can really make a difference.
So here's something for you to think about.
What's that?
How would it change things if you really focused on being clear in all your communication?
Even the simple stuff.
Yeah, would people understand you better?
Would you get your point across more effectively?
Food for thought.
Definitely something to consider.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Captain Obvious.
It's been enlightening.
Until next time, keep thinking, keep exploring, and keep playing those games.
You never know what you might learn.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.